Welcome back to this demonstration where we are going to require an external ID be present in order to assume a role. So in this demonstration, I have a sandbox account here, an AWS account where I am logged in as an admin. You can see the permission hall here. So this user here can pretty do everything API call or any AWS service on this account. And I have a second account here where the role is going to be assumed. So what I'm saying here is that in this admin account, a role will be created and that role is going to be assumed in this second account. But the condition is that an external ID will be required for the role to be assumed. And this is important because to avoid the abuse of assume assuming a role. Okay, because sometimes if a user with a privilege permission got hold of a role or an assumed role, the role can be abused. But you can put a certain guardrails, such as requesting that an external ID be present before that role can be assumed. This is a security feature that can help to protect such an assumed role. So let's jump onto this. So I'm going to come here in this sandbox here where I'm logging as admin, and where this is where the role is going to be assumed. So I'm going to switch to where I'm logging as an admin, and I'm going to click on role in the IAM console. I'm going to click on role. I'm going to click on create a role, and I'm going to select AWS account because I want that role to be assumed in a different account. So I'm going to select the AWS account, and I'm going to scroll down, and instead of this account, I'm going to select another account because I want that role to be assumed in a separate account. And so I'm going to put here the ID of the account where the role is going to be assumed. And this is the account here. So I'm going to go all over here and I'm going to copy the ID of the account. I'm going to flip back and I'm going to paste here. And I'm going to go down and it says require external ID. Best practice when the third party will assume this role. So I'm going to click on require external ID. And I have this little website here where you can, play around and you can generate random UID. So I'm just going to generate a new one. You can refresh if you like, or if you just refresh this, a new one will be generated, or you can click generate new one and a new one will be generated. So I've generated a new one. I'm going to copy it and I'm going to go over here, and where I have external ID, I'm going to paste this random number and I'm going to click on next. I'm going to give the permission. What permission do I want to give to this role? Just for the purpose of this demonstration, I'm just going to give it admin access, and I'm going to click on next. I'm going to give the role a name. I will call it external ID role. And if you look at it, this is the policy. And what is it? What is the trust policy saying? If you look at it, it says, let me zoom out a little bit. Okay, if you look at it, it says this principal, which is the account where the role is going to be assumed. This principal should be allowed to assume role based on this condition. You get it? This principal, which is the other account, should be allowed, which is the action. And what is that action? Should be allowed to assume role. And the condition for assumption of the role should be the presence of an external ID. So I'm going to zoom back and I'm going to go ahead and click create. So that role has been created and I can click on view role. If I click on view role, then I have the what? The RN. I have the RN of the role. Now I can copy this role. I'm going to copy it over, and we're going to move onto the terminal, and we'll try to what? Assume this role from this account. If you look at it, this is the um, account ID where the role will be assumed. So I'm going to go over onto my terminal, and then we're going to run the command to assume the role. And the command is AWS assume role, then the role RAN, and that is what I just copy from here. This is the role RAN. This is heat. This is here, role RN. So I copy it once again. I move over here. I paste that, and after that, you're going to add. After that, you're going to add the role session name. What name do you want to give to the session of this role? That is up to you. And this is iPhone role session name. Let me just call it demo session. Okay. And the next thing will be the external ID. But for the purpose of what we are testing now, I'm just going to run the command this way without the external ID, and let us see what we're going to get. So if I click enter, you can see what the role is. Let me zoom in, and you can see it. You can see it say an error, access deny when calling this role, and this is it here. A permission was denied because no external ID has been provided. So I'm going to clear the screen now. I'm going to run the command again, and this time with an external ID flag, and I'm going to add it iPhone external ID, and I'm going to copy that external ID. I can either copy it from here. I can either copy it from here where I already have it, or you can go back to where you have the role. You can go back to where you have the role and copy it. But since I have it here, I can easily copy it. And I'm going to go back to my terminal, and I'm going to add that role. And now I can click enter, and you can see we now have the credential. The temporary credential has been given to us, the access key, the secret access key, and the session token. And so we can get these three access key, and we can pass it into our environment, either store it as an environmental variable, or you pass it as a variable, and you can begin to use it. So this will now restrict any other person from using that role, because whoever that needs to use it will have to provide this external ID. Without that, they will not be able to do it. And the advantage is that, let's assume somebody in this role here as an admin, a user in this role is an admin, can easily, if there is no protection to to that to that role, then someone with an admin role who was not meant to use that role can easily assume that role and use it. So adding an external ID requirement is a good guardrail, it's a good security measure to protect your assume role. Now, it is important to call out here that this system of role assumption is used mainly on the console or through API call or SDK, because the regular way, you should not confuse it with the regular way of switching a role, because if you go here now and you switch a role, you find out that there's no provision for external ID. Yeah, so this is different from the regular switch role as you are seeing on the console here. So this is just what I want to bring to you in this video. I hope you if you learn one or two things here. You can go into this website if you need to follow through and try to put this in in practice and see how it works. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please, if you do, kindly click the like button, subscribe to and comment on this video. And I hope to see you in another video. Thank you.